Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was trying to, introduce my, what is it called, intro again. I haven't changed it in a while. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is April 17th. It is Monday, April 17th. It is 8:16 a.m. It's been a while. It's beautiful spring day. With the weather is nice this morning. We got an early start, me and Zachary. For those who know how early we get up. We get up around the same time, 5 a.m. in the morning. And, I got Zachary started on his way to school because he was on spring break. And we're back. So welcome. Oh, I didn't get my weather out. It's 54 degrees in New York City, Bronx, New York. Of course, it's cloudy outside. It's a nice. Good morning, Lasagna. How do I sound, Lasagna? Because I'm on my Chrome and I don't know how it sounds. Let me know if you can. Hi, Lasagna. Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, Lasagna. I appreciate you. You know that. So yeah, I had a long, well, it wasn't a vacation. Zachary was out on spring break, so I just relaxed, fell back, got some work done around the house, did some errands, and brushed up on things that I needed to do. But I sound good? Okay, thank you, because I'm on this computer and sometimes my reception and my Wi-Fi is not like up to par, but that all will come to fruition sooner than later. I'm glad whoever is in the chat, welcome to the chat. Don't be shy. I forgot to say the main part of the show. Welcome. Let me see. Sorry, it's been a while. Shout out to the replay gang. You have the best seat in the house. And shout out to the Bushwatchers and the podcast listeners. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy to be here this morning speaking with all of you, just tuning in and listening. I love you for listening and I appreciate your support. It helps grows the channel. I was had some time to think and about things that's going on YouTube and how I want to take my channel and go like full force. I've been on my other podcast, which I haven't produced any content yet, but I see where on my other podcast, because I do on, hi, good morning, just me. Lasagna, well, Lasagna is a member. I have to highlight that. Thank you, Lasagna, for coming in and saying good morning, just me. How you doing, just me? How are you? You got a new picture? That's you, just me, or is that a avatar? It doesn't matter. It's cute. Just me. I was on my because had another podcast that I was doing, and I see the potential for growth if I continue to be steady and consistent with it. It's on Spotify. It's the same name as this channel, Alter Ego Perspective with Bronx Girl. Over there, it's like a real podcast. You don't get to see me. You don't interact with me. You probably can't leave a message, I believe. But yes, podcasters for Spotify. So if anyone in here that would like to know what I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube or in my free time, I do have the opportunity to grow another podcast. And I think it stream across other channels. I don't know what streaming system you guys have, but Spotify, that's where my other podcast is. So the doxers won't get me. Fuck the doxers. Let's get it popping. The doxers are the doxers. Like, a lot of people don't want to get doxed, but just me, people have been doxed for no apparent reason. I think that's intense. I think that's like aggressive, and I think that's unnecessary for someone to just dox someone because you're not too happy of what they're saying or how they said it. Like, that's why I feel like with certain sectors, and I'm not going to even call it a sector no more, certain areas of YouTube, that's why people are stagnant and won't grow. Like, I don't want to be. Good morning, Cheryl Lynn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cheryl Lynn is in the building. Thank you, Cheryl Lynn, for coming by and stopping by on this Monday morning. I was just talking to Lasagna. The vacuum is going off. If y'all can hear that, I don't know. Excuse the noise. We was just talking about, me moving over to Spotify with a podcast. It's going to be a real podcast feel. Like if you drive and cooking, cleaning, you won't see me, you won't interact with me live, but it'll help grow the channel when you listen in and give me a follow. And they do have memberships over there, so it's a nice, decent setup. I agree. No one should be doxxed. No one should be doxxed. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, what's the purpose? Like, honestly speaking, and truthfully speaking to everyone in the chat that's listening, and I appreciate your tuning in and listening. It's like, what's the point of doxing? Like, the extent that people go through, the extent that people go through just to prove a point is absolutely insane, right? Like, I'm not digging deep into nobody's past. I'm not doing none of that. I don't care what part of YouTube I'm from. Good morning, Coco Love. Coco Love is in the building. Like, it's like where the entertainment value has ceased on all levels when people start to dox. The entertainment value has ceased on all levels when they get repetitive and just insufferable. Things still pop up on my timeline from the previous sector, the whatever, that other side of YouTube. That shit is annoying. That shit is not cute. It's disgusting. Even when you are in it and you look when you look in it from the outside, you do come to the conclusion like, nah, that's not where I want to be. That's not where I want to go. That's not who I am. I don't want to get down and dirty with a certain type of people. I don't mind getting down and dirty. I just don't want to do it with a certain type of people, especially people that don't have too much substance and they're not bringing any value to me or anyone else. So I just think it's stupid at best. That's the only way I can describe all the drama, especially, all right, everybody has drama. Drama is good. Drama is for entertainment value. But when it start becoming like dangerous and you start prying into people's personal information and trying to expose and exploit them, or going deep down into their past just for a view and a click, it just goes to show that you have many characteristic flaws that you're not aware of. And many people, and I don't want to include myself because I take pride in being aware of myself. So I feel like if you're not aware of yourself and you don't self-reflect, you're going to always be where you at, and that's okay. If you want to be in a part of YouTube where you're not acknowledged, where you're not noticed, it's like back in the day when, I don't know if I should use this analogy, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's like the sector of certain parts of YouTube is not acknowledged, won't get acknowledged, though people don't know they exist. Only they will stay where they're at because it's a small fraction of tiny ants. It's ants. We're ants, right? We're ants. If you don't have a certain amount of followers, good morning, Emma. Emma's in the building. Thank you for coming by, Emma. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So a comparison. It's like, when you are in a certain part of the YouTube community and sector, it's like, how black people had to go through the back and the white people came in through the front. That's how I view it, right? I'm sorry, that's the only thing that comes to mind when I want to put a visual in my listener's head. So I don't want to get tied up into somewhere that I won't ever be seen or be noticed, especially if I'm trying to grow my channel in a different direction. It's like when, Jim Crow, you had to go to the back of the bus. You had to go to the back of the building. You couldn't walk. You had to drink from a different water fountain. Like, that just goes to show how much people are not aware of their worth, right? Because there's no way in the hell that I would be interested in so many people on the internet that I would go digging deep down in their history and archives just to pull up a story, right? Like, if you are me and I am you and you are my chat and you are part of my community, and I hope I'm going to just get it out there, say it is correct. We over here don't really care. It's entertainment for us. We look at it, we laugh. We don't even give a view that long and say, this is stupid, this is dumb. Y'all not going nowhere. Y'all not doing nothing. You're not representing anything. You're not proving nothing. So it's like we're wasting our time giving you a view We're wasting our time supporting you. We're wasting our time even encouraging you. I'm sorry. Lasagna, don't come up in here and get me started. It's been a while. We don't care. We are over here. We are self-aware. We are mature women who have a mind of our own, who think reasonably, speak reasonably, and have we're open-minded. We're more than what we are. Did you see wait, let me see. Just me said, did you see the video where the white lady spit on the black lady and the black lady whooped her ass? No. Like, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Just for a second. Just for a second. So honestly speaking, just me. Let's get one thing straight. And I may be like, yo, Bronx Girl, we love you, but you kind of like weird. So like, I think I heard about it. I didn't see it because it's like, if you spit on me, I don't care if you white or black or green or purple. I'm going to snuff out your life, right? That's the most disrespectful thing that you can do to a person. That is like worse than someone brandishing a firearm. You know what I mean? If you spit on me, I don't care if you white or black, right? Even if it was a white person and a black person spit on her, you have all right, by all means, to lose all instinct of who you are, to lose all capacity of who you are, and really snuff that person out. You know what I mean? Like, of course, just me, not to belabor your point, but I could see where you're making it, and I could understand where you're saying the white woman spit on the black lady and the black woman whooped her ass. That is definitely natural instinct, right? And that is definitely could be seen as racist. But I think I heard about it. But what I'm saying is, like, certain things don't always have to like be related to racism, right? Because I don't care if you're racist or not. If you spit on me, I'm going to really, really, really hurt you. You know what I mean? And that's going to be my whole point, is to hurt you. See, race and color go out the door once you spit on me. And I think that should be vice versa. If a white woman was to spit on a black woman was to spit on a white woman, you have all right to go at each other and scratch each other's eyeballs out. I'm sorry. Like, for me, certain things is not like a racist thing. And I understand where that could be seen as racist, and it could have been racist. Like, I don't know. I didn't see it for myself, but I heard about it. But spitting on someone, that's a no-no. That's disrespectful. That's inhumane. That is not accepted. That should be dealt with. I will definitely go to jail for the time that I have to go to jail for really like snuffing someone out for spitting on me. But thank you, Just Me, for sharing that tidbit. And if anyone else want to agree, it was look at Just Me, my little roaster. I said my little roaster. No. I'm sorry. Let me like phrase it properly, because you are the roaster of this chat. Okay, we have positions here that we take seriously and we take with honor. This is the best roaster on YouTube. Agreed. If it was the other way around, I would have said it the same way, but the other way around. That is disgusting. Like, that is very disgusting to like perk up your mouth and spit at someone. And you know what's so crazy? Just Me, because I was watching, because I live in New York. Hello, cool gamer. How are you? I love to see people that I haven't seen in a while, because I'm familiar with, my chat, my community, my audience, my listeners, my viewers. And Cool Gamer is one of those people, one of those listeners, supporters that come in here not so often, but when they do, I appreciate you. Thank you, Cool Gamer. There was this instant where it was a long time. Well, I'm not going to say a long time ago. It was a couple of years ago. I'm trying to improve my English. It was a couple of years ago where in New York City, woman was riding the train. A black woman was riding the train, and y'all tell me if her reaction was warranted or not, right? So I don't know the full. I'm just paraphrasing, but this was an actual true story. The lady was on the train. There was an older white guy on the train, and I think him and another black lady had. Thank you, Susan Thomas. Thank you for loving my perspective. I love you for supporting the show. Y'all making me blush on a Monday. So listen to this story. Y'all tell me. Oh, you do? Wait, no, just me. Just listen. Is this the same one? So I think it was a white man on the train, but listen, and the black woman, they was going back and forth. I don't know if he called to the N-word. He may have called to the N-word, right? This other woman, I guess she was just standing by or watching it happen. Maybe I'm paraphrasing. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up, but I will get it straight. The black woman took a cup of hot coffee and threw it on a white guy because he called her, or allegedly called her or someone else the N-word, right? Now, I know the audience is going to be like, no, Bronx Girl, we know that you weird, and we know that you probably think outside of the box, and we do too, but you wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? She threw hot coffee in his face, piping hot coffee in his face because he called her N-word. I don't think that met the penalty. That wasn't the punishment. That wasn't the right action to take, right? That's not my first instinct, is to throw a hot cup of coffee in someone's face because they called me the N-word. And I will share with you guys, I think was I pregnant with, I think I was pregnant with Zachary. I mean, not Zachary, I'm lying. Was I pregnant with Zachary or Alan? I probably was pregnant with Zachary. Zachary is going on 8. So I was on the bus, riding the bus, and because listen, if you don't know about me, I may be loud and tough and everything. I am, and I'm proud of that. I don't deny who I am, and at heart, I'm a little bit more introverted than people think I am, a loner, right? And I'm on a bus, and this lady was upset with me, and she was looking at me. I didn't say nothing to her because I'm pregnant. My mind is going. And she was an older white lady, homeless woman, or I don't know if she was homeless or not, but she started yelling and screaming at me. I didn't say nothing to her. I just looked at her, and she called me the N-word. Did I react? No. The bus driver was black. He stopped the bus, called the cops to have her escorted off. I didn't say nothing. All I did was just stuck my tongue at her. That's it. I was like, stuck my tongue out, like, aha, and I didn't even say aha, I just stuck my tongue at her, teasing her. I didn't react because that wasn't my natural instinct to react to a woman calling me like an N-word, right? Like, I know that's a terrible word. That's a disgusting word. That's a nasty word. That's a hateful word and harmful word. But in that moment, my reaction was like, I have other things to think about. And plus I'm pregnant. I would not have tried to hurt her. But if she would have tried to approach me while calling me the N-word, then that would have been a different problem. Okay. Wait, let me see. Oh no, wait, just me said, oh no, that's not the same one I remember. You can share yours. Reflex might have made me do it. Reflex? For every action, there's a reaction. Some people react before they think. Everyone is not the same. Everyone is not the same. Thank you, just me. The hate is for us is real. But what I'm trying to say is, right, and I'm not trying to teach anyone anything because we all learn every day. All I'm saying is, as a person, as a human being, we do have reflexes, right? It's certain things that we can control. It's certain things that we cannot control. And I don't want to get into the topic because this is not the discussion. We coming back, loving each other. We haven't talked to each other in a while, but we can get it popping and still love each other at the end of the day, because that's what I want in my community when we grow, as we grow, right? To respect each other's opinion with love. Because I feel like when you respect someone, that's a sign of love. That's just a sign of love. Whatever love, however you interpret it, right? What I'm saying is, where is the discipline? Where is the structure, the discipline, right? It's mostly discipline that we need to practice for things like this. So when I say that, she threw the coffee in his face, I felt like that's her character alone, right? Because all he said, and I'm not going to say all he said, but he did say a hateful, harmful word that is been used against people in the most ugliest way. But to throw a cup of hot coffee in his face, it just goes to show me that you yourself are dangerous, right? It goes to show you yourself don't have any control over your actions. And this was years ago. And I said this back then. I was like, I would not have thrown a cup of coffee in his face. That would have been the last thing I would have thrown because he called me an N-word. Like, I have been called the N-word before, right? From a white person. And if you've never been called the N-word before from a white person, it has a different effect, right? The first time I was called the N-word by a white person, I was 16 years old. And it was a chat line that I called, and we was joking and everything. And the white woman say, you N-word. And that like did something to me, but it didn't affect me. But I can only imagine in that time, at that point, when at 16 years old, a white woman called me an N-word, how, like, going back to slavery, how the ancestors or the slaves may have felt when they was referred to as that word and they couldn't fight back. You know what I mean? If it was at that moment, Jim knew he had effed up. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of people are so quick to react, and your reaction could get you in a world full of trouble. And I'm not saying that, okay, well, I'm going to judge the woman because I did, for throwing a coffee in the man's face. I'm just saying, like, that wasn't the right reaction to me. It's not about right or wrong. It's just about, like, I don't know, responding. So when a woman spit on me, I don't care if you black, white, or green. If you spit on me, I'm going to try to take your head off. That is absolutely nasty and disgusting, and no one should spit on no one, right? But of course, if it was a racist thing and embedded in race, that would be something that people will highlight. But no one will come back and rebut or refute the fact that if anyone of any color spit on anyone of any color, race, gender, sex, there's going to be a problem. So that's why I don't like to, I don't know, mix race in everything. But, there's a lot of Karens going on. There's black Karens, there's white Karens, right? There's Karens all over the world, different races, different statuses, different class of Karens, if so to speak. So I think I did hear Roland Martin speak about it briefly. And, I'm like, that's another news story. That doesn't affect me. That doesn't like have any type of bearing on me. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's cold, Bronx. But I'm letting you know it's the truth. Certain things, like, when a child is being harassed or by another adult human being that a child don't have any control over, that's like what gets me, but racism does exist. It's never going to go away. But I don't think racism is like the forefront of our problems. I guess that's what I was trying to say, if you can understand me. And if you don't, then I will correct myself at any given moment. You are right. We need to think before we react to certain things. It can cause unnecessary problems. Yeah, and thank you. It causes unnecessary problems. Thank you, Lasagna. And we do need to react before we, do certain things, because that right there could have escalated. Like, that white woman spit on that black woman, and that black woman, what if she just would have whooped that woman ass in anger and like really snuffed that woman's life out, right? She don't know. We don't know if both. It would have been both, right? A racist white woman spitting on me, right? It would have been both. That's like double the anger. If you want to get technical and you want to get honest, I just feel like that was just the wrong thing to do. That's why I feel like, well, I don't feel like, I know that I am best suited with a small circle of friends and a small circle in a small community, because people are hateful and wicked. I've been out this week, and me and Zachary been going out, and it was his spring break and we got to relax, but I still made sure that we got up in the morning and we went out and we had a nice walk. And guys, we've been talking about relationship. Relationships are hard. Relationships are not easy, but if you know me and you are in my chat, in my community, then you know that I like to date. I do like to date. because I don't rush into a relationship. So I don't have a problem with, men. And women do it too. I've been around YouTube, and that's all they talk about is relationships. That's all they talk about is relationships. And it's hard to get into that sector because they like make it so technical. I don't want to be the type of woman to come in here and tell my audience how to build a relationship. I could just speak from my experiences. Of course, I'm going to throw out a little advice because I've taken advice. I like things between, and I'm not, no one is excluded. And I'm just not going to say man and woman. I'm just going to say between two people, two humans, to develop naturally. Right? We don't need a guideline. We don't need a manual. We don't need to go to a relationship coach or a preacher or pastor or clergyman or whatever, disciple or whatever you want to call it. Whoever you go to for guidance, we don't really need that with two humans that want to develop a relationship between one another. That should happen naturally. And I say that because I've been meeting some people from different ages. I've been meeting some people from different ages, and I met a guy yesterday, and I met another guy the other day, and we was just casually talking. And the funny thing is, like, guys talk to me, and they not scared to approach me. They not scared to say hello. So that just goes to show you that I'm approachable. Women are approachable. We are open to saying hello, and we are open to hearing what you have to say. Women such as myself, and like Lasagna, and just me, and whoever beautiful, sexy woman that's in my chat. That's what we're made of, beauty and power. We know how to exude our power. And that's where I want, if you're listening and you're tuning in, thank you, just me. Y'all people are so sweet. I like that. I like that encouragement. I do. You don't get that too much from anybody. Lasagna is another one of them, and everyone else, woman that come in my chat and encourage me, and we support each other, and we give each other great advice. This is good. There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with dating until you find the right one for. Thank you, and I'm having fun doing it. So I met this guy on the train. He was playing the drums or whatever. I guess he was, side hustle or whatever, making his little money. So, he came over after his little performance and he said, hello, how you doing? I said, hello, how are you? Because we are women, and we as women, we have a certain, aura about us that attract men, especially beautiful women, inside and out. And when I say beautiful woman, I'm just talking about characteristics. And out, of course, you're beautiful. Beauty is subjective, but there is universal beauty. But it's just about a certain confidence that we carry, certain swagger, our cleverness, our intelligence, it's just a certain personality. All right. That's what we call a seductress. So he sat down, he said, hello, we talking and everything. And we started talking small talk. And, the usual, he said, oh, I think you're beautiful. And I said, oh, thank you. Then he got into it, he said he just jumped right into it. We had small talk in between. He was telling me how he got a girlfriend. But, I said, oh, I do relationship talk on YouTube. And he started laughing, and he said, I said, if you ever think about me, tune in to my YouTube channel because I talk about relationships. And I guess I gave him an opening and made him comfortable to tell me his little dilemma. So he was telling me he looked like he's about in his 30s, and I don't like young men. I'm sorry, I'm 42. I don't like younger men. I may try but one to bring around my friends and family, I'm not ready for that. I'm not that bold, and I'm not that brave. I'm not that courageous. Sorry. So he said, oh, I have a woman. I'm like, okay. He said, women don't like for men to be honest. And here we go. And I'm like, okay. So I had to break him down to let him know, okay, it's okay to talk to me. And I said, just because you're being honest with your woman, that does not make it right. And just because you're being honest with your woman, that does not make it truthful. Your honesty is coming from your point of view, right? So he said, I told her that I want to see other women. And I'm like, you told her you want to see other women. So I had to break him down again and said, so you scouting out for women, What woman? In their right mind. And especially in these times, these hard times in the world we living in, you come up to a woman, you say you have a woman, and what he said was, because I guess he thought I was going to feel compassion for him. He don't know. I'm all about women rights and women equally treating women like women and human beings. So he said, she's wasting my time. I'm like, how's she wasting your time? She don't want to grow. She don't want to do nothing. Why are you still with her, right? He had all types of excuses as to why he was still with her, as to find a solution to the solution to the problem. And I guess with him, why are you telling? And this is what I be talking about with men when they claim that women are emotional and men are logical, which is a stereotype, which is a cop out, and which is a scapegoat, because they don't know how, because they're confused with them themselves and they don't know how to identify their own problems. So they use women and blame us for mostly everything. All right. So when I say you scouting women on the train, he's like, no, I'm not scouting women. I'm like, so what makes you think you could walk up to a woman and, tell her that you have a woman at home, but you're looking for another woman? What woman is going to agree to those terms? And he just looked at me and started laughing, because it's funny, like, especially a woman like me, you beating the drums on the train, and you told me you had a problem initially before we started even getting to know each other. You showed me all the wrong red flags already. No, it's a no-go. I'm not interested. Sorry. You got a woman. You told her that you want to see other women because she's holding you back. She don't want to grow. And he said he